guys, it's me, Utterly Chloe, aka Mariah, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the new episode that came out. This is very much a filler episode for me, not that exciting. I probably wouldn't watch this episode again, kind of boring, but anyways, we're still going to talk about it. So we are following this new character. I think her name is Agilade or Agil or something. I honestly don't remember and I don't really care. She's basically Milen 2.0. Like, her whole character is that she's scared of stuff or whatever. In this episode, for a quick summary of what this episode is about, Agil, I don't know her name, we're just gonna call her Agil. Agil is scared of butterflies, and so her little friends Marinette, Alia, and all of them decide to take her to therapy to try to get better. At the therapist office, Adrian talks about wanting to talk to the therapist about his father, and Marinette's like, no, you can talk to me about it, and Alia educates her on therapy. Then Agil has her therapy session with the therapist, Miss Frizzle, and Agil gets mad at Miss Frizzle because Miss Frizzle says that the sessions are going to take a long time and Agil wants to get it all done right away. So Miss Frizzle gets upset because she wasn't able to help Agil, and Lila akumatizes her. Of course, Ladybug, Cat Noir, Purple Tigress, Polymouse, and Pegasus stop her and save the day. Then Agil, Miss Frizzle, Marinette, and all of them go to the butterfly garden because that's what Agil is scared of. She doesn't make it very far, but Miss Frizzle says this is a great start for her recovery. The episode ends with Adrian in a therapist session talking about his father. So that was a brief overview of the episode. So now let's talk about the talking points that I want to talk about. Starting off strong with this episode with Vesperia saving the train. Obviously, this is a direct dig and reference to when Queen Bee put the train passengers in danger, and y'all, I literally had to stop the episode because I was so mad. Vesperia is proving the made for rage bait allegations true because I in fact was rage baited. I made a Vesperia versus Queen Bee combat video. I just haven't posted it yet because we keep getting new episodes, and so I'd rather post about those, but I'll probably post it next week. I don't know when I'm gonna post it, but anyways, obviously I didn't talk about Vesperia saving the train in that video, so I'll just talk about it here. Congrats, Vesperia. It took you 3 seasons, but you finally were useful. So proud of you. No, but on a real note, I really wish that Miraculous would stop doing this. I wish they would just let Zoe/Vesperia be her own character. I promise there is probably a way to make her likable and interesting without bringing up Chloe and Queen Bee every single time we see her. Like, this is why I just can't like her. Because every single time she does anything, it usually, almost always, has to do with Chloe or Queen Bee, and that is my favorite character, so obviously it's gonna PMO. But anyways, people are talking about how Vesperia was able to stop the train, but Queen Bee wasn't. Let me end this discussion really quick. First of all, this was Queen Bee's first time using the Miraculous. She's never used it before. She doesn't really know how to use it that well. And she wasn't really thinking too clearly. She was just trying to get her mom to like her. She assumed that her super strength would be enough to stop the train, but obviously it's not. So she was not able to stop the train because she didn't venom the train. If she venomed the train and then used her super strength to stop the train, she would have stopped the train. But back in the day, you couldn't spam venom. You could only use it once, and she already wasted it on the train conductor. I'm not defending Chloe for doing that to the train. Like, obviously she was in the wrong for that, and that was really stupid, but I'm just saying it's not that big of an accomplishment to stop the train like Vesperia stands are claiming it is. It's really not. Queen Bee could have done it. She's already done way more impressive stuff than that, so I think that this argument is kind of dumb. In my video, I talk a lot about some of her feats, so stay tuned for that. Keep your notifications on, that way you can be notified when I post that, because I go into it. But all in all, Vesperia, they will never make me like you. Moving on to the next thing. Max is apparently autistic, so yay, rep. My autistic friend was actually kind of mad because they said it was stereotypical since Max is nerdy, but you guys can tell me. I don't feel like I can talk on that because I don't have autism, but I guess I'm happy that they did rep it all. But Miraculous is very stereotypical with the representation, I've noticed. Like, for example, all of the LGBTQ characters, it's very obvious that they are LGBTQ just by looking at them. The only one that is quote-unquote straight passing is Rose. Everyone else is very, very stereotypical looking, like the colored hair, the artsiness, whatever. And then when it comes to races, like Japanese, I feel like Kagami is very stereotypical. So is Marinette's mom. So yeah, Miraculous is not the best at representation, but like, I'm just happy that they do any at all, especially for a kids show. It's very rare to see. So I, for one, am happy about it. I don't really have too many complaints. Obviously, I'd like them to do a bit better, but I don't really expect much from a kids show, especially Miraculous Ladybug, because Miraculous Ladybug is not always the best when it comes to writing. The next thing we need to talk about is how Aggle was akumatized originally as a butterfly. I think she was the first akumatization that Lila did, but it was off screen, so we didn't get to see that. But anyhow, I like her outfit. I think her little costume is cute, actually. The next thing I want to talk about is these bullies. I already talked about it in my last review, but I'm going to say it again. I hate them. I think it's so unnecessary. We already had Lila and Chloe as mean girls, and they got rid of them. So what's the point of just replacing them? Like, why didn't you just keep them? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't like Aggle. A lot of people seem to really like her. I don't know why, because she's... in the other episode that I saw her in, she was fine, but in this episode, she was annoying. Like, literally just Milan. Literally is Milan's character all over again. Obviously, they can't do that with Milan anymore because she got brave or whatever because she's a miraculous holder now. But I'm gonna keep it real. You guys know I always tell you my thoughts and opinions, even though I know I'm gonna get attacked. I don't care. It's what I think. Obviously, nobody has to agree or disagree with me, but I'm gonna say what I want to say on my channel. I hate these new characters. Like, honestly, in general, in shows, I almost always hate the new characters just because they always just throw things off. But especially in Miraculous, I hate new characters because we already have so many characters and they are not developed and they barely get screen time. Like, literally, season 6 is the first time Ivan is getting spotlight. Sabrina's getting proper spotlight. Like, this is the first time our, like, main quote-unquote characters are getting proper screen time, and it took 6 seasons, and now we're adding more characters. It's like, bro, like, no offense, that whole Aggle episode, like, I don't care about Aggle. I don't care. I would have rather them focused on literally any of the other characters that are part of the core main original group. Like, for me, this episode was just a big fat waste of time. Like, we could have been focusing on literally anything else and it would have been probably more interesting. Like, the last episode we got was the Kim and whatever his girlfriend's name is episode, and like, I don't really care about them, but at least I'm like, okay, well, they're like main characters, so I get why they're getting an episode. But anyways, do you all think that Aggle is Lila? I keep seeing those theories tossed around, and honestly, I thought maybe at first, but after that episode, I don't know. I don't really think she is, so, but I'm happy that Adrian's getting therapy. It was a long time coming. Don't get why Marinette was so against it, but she's Marinette, so I don't really have much high expectations for her. I did think it was cute that they did a little therapy episode and somewhat educated people about it. It's good for kids to know that therapy is an option and that it can be helpful. But honestly, I think that's all I really have to say about this episode. I didn't really care too much about this episode, if I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I would literally rate this episode like a 4 out of 10. I wouldn't watch it again. Like, if I was to rewatch season 6, I would skip this episode because it was just boring. But let me know what y'all thought in the comments below. Did you like this episode? Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video. Look out for that Queen Bee versus Vesperia combat, and keep in mind that I made that before season 6 was really out. Like, there was only like a few episodes out at that time, and Vesperia didn't do anything. But honestly, my humble opinion, I don't really care what she does in season 6 and further, because you already had like 2 seasons to do anything, which is what Queen Bee got, and you barely did anything, and you got the Miraculous way more than she did. But anyways, follow me on Instagram at utterly_Chloe, and on TikTok, utterly Chloe, with like, I think it's like 2 or 3 Y's or whatever. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video. Mwah, bye, I love you.
Is it my fault I'm better than all of you? Ridiculous. Who are you again?